What's up, you guys? So today I thought I'd go over a little more socialization with the blood pythons, maybe a little more in-depth than my last video. Before we get into that, just thought I'd show you guys the new BallPythons9 merch. I did a pretty short run of these, and most of them are already accounted for, but I'm hoping to do another run here pretty soon. So if that's something you guys would be interested in, definitely leave me a comment, and when I get the next batch printed out, I'll have them shipped out to you guys. So I just wanted to say, since the last video, I think we got 7 new subscribers, and so welcome, you guys. I really appreciate the support. I also really appreciate everyone's comments and likes. I don't really care how many views the video gets, but when I see those likes, as long as somebody's enjoying it, as long as somebody's getting some educational value out of this, then I'm gonna keep doing it. So this is for you guys. And here we go, blood pythons. So let's go with the hardest snake, the one that's most likely to bite me. So generally with the blood pythons, and look, all this stuff that I'm saying, this is based on my limited experience. It's based on what I was taught by, people like Tracy, Kevin McCurley, obviously. It might sound matter of fact, but this is just my experience, my opinion. So when you go into the cage, the approach is important. I find with blood pythons, if you're hesitant, you kind of poke around too much, that can incite that fear response. So you don't want to be startling, but you don't want to be, this is hard to do with one hand, but you don't want to be shy about it either. Alright, so I kind of missed it. That was a complete failure. Obviously, I was way too clumsy getting her out, and she actually gave me a little nick right there, but yeah, I totally saw that one coming. So, if you do slip up, if you get bit, usually in terms of socializing, getting bit or letting the snake actually bite you is somewhat of a, failure in what we're trying to accomplish here. But I don't, unless the snake's really freaking out, I like to try to kind of get out of that, turn it into a positive experience if we can. So the first thing I'm doing, I like to come sit on the ground when I'm working with these guys. They don't like being up in the air. They're a ground-dwelling species, and they get unsure of themselves when they don't have their footing. So she's definitely squaring me up here. This is kind of a difficult situation to work your way out of, but we're gonna give it a go. One thing with blood pythons, they're incredibly keen on eyesight. They watch your eyes, and they have very good eyesight. So one thing I'll try to do is, if I am sort of towering over her like this, sort of looking over, kind of try to prevent that. Maybe I'll elevate her a bit so I'm not totally looking down on her. I'm not gonna, let her square up with me. I'm gonna keep her sort of angled away. And a lot of the times I'm gonna try to avert my eyes and really not look at her at all. And as long as I can just keep her sitting here relatively calm, not actively striking, and somewhat tolerating my hands on her, then my hope is that eventually, she'll get bored of being defensive and will start kind of smelling around. She's still sitting on me, so she'll start to pick up my smell, and if I can get her into a sort of relaxed state, then that's a learning experience as well. But you can see right now, I mean, if I make one more move off to the right, she's ready to rail me. So this is definitely a bit of a precarious situation, but you know, you still want to keep them supported from underneath. You don't want to get in front of their face, but usually if you're just kind of holding them flat like this, they're not as reactive to that. So I'll keep her held like this. If I see her going one way, you know, I'll kind of pet her on the other side, get her turning the other way, get her going back and forth. We're starting to slowly get some tongue flicks here. And a little bit of movement. Again, I'm trying not to really look at her because I can see those pupils coming up and looking at me. So right now she's smelling my hand, but I can see her eyes are looking me straight in the eyes. So I don't think she's really focused on my hand. If I make a bad move, she might tap it, but we're going real slow, trying not to provoke anything. Little touch, just to kind of, you know, start working on that desensitization to touch. There's some cautious tongue flicks in there, but there you go. So she's working on it. She's thinking. You can feel them tense up when they're, you know, kind of coming towards you, and then generally you want to get out of the way. Here we go. Alright, so she's moving for a second. Now she's kind of tensing up again. She might be able to see herself in the camera too. That can kind of freak him out for sure. So I might go back to this. So I'm just touching a little bit of gentle petting here, you know, trying to convey the idea that she's okay, she's not going to be hurt, that even if she bit me, I'm not going to be scared off by that I don't have any ill intent. There we go, those are some good tongue flicks. With the blood pythons, sometimes you'll see sort of right before they go for you, you'll see them stick their tongue sort of halfway out their mouth. When you see those two tiny little tongue forks, you know you're about to get it. So right there, those are some good flicks. She's starting to sort of explore. So there we go, we're getting some movement. Feeling less tension in the body. This is good right here. Usually you can touch under the chin. They don't usually, you know, bite from that position. That can sometimes work. But, you know, these snakes are very shy. This girl isn't mean at all. You know, she doesn't hate me. She's frightened, and she doesn't know if she can trust me yet, but the idea is we're trying to show her that she can, that she's safe. things like this will help. You know, we gotta slip up in the beginning, but the idea is to turn it around if possible. You also don't want to cause too much stress. So I think about now, you know, she's starting to calm down. She's doing pretty good. At this point, I would probably go ahead and put her back in the cage. Try to do so uneventfully, gently. And there you go. So that was about as good as we could hope for, considering. Let's do an easier one now. Now, this girl I don't usually have as much trouble with. Sometimes they're very vocal, you'll get some hissing, but you just have to sort of know the snake. I know that this one's a little bit more of a bluffer. She can be sometimes unsure of herself at first when I first have her out. And I don't know how well you could see. She was kind of doing a little bit of those half tongue flicks in the beginning there, but this girl's usually pretty good, you know. I might eat my words, but she's usually pretty good once she kind of starts moving, and you don't really have to worry about her much. This is a T-positive batik. Beautiful snake. You know, the idea is just to work with the animal. You want to keep them grounded. You don't want to do motions that incite fear response. See, in no time she's just totally exploring, so a little startled, but no big deal there. That was my fault. There we go, yeah. A lot of times I'll just kind of sit here, let them sit in my lap for a little while. Get used to you. Sometimes that's a little less threatening to them than being held up in the air or touched. This girl's so funny, she always wants to do this. She's very curious about smelling around. Totally good tongue flicks. So yeah, really no issues with this girl. She's great. I mean, those big tongue flicks. She's looking around. She's checking me out. There's not a whole lot you gotta worry about in this situation. So, you know, some snakes are just naturally more trusting than others, and I love them all. You got to. Just got my leg. But all right, so short and sweet, right? There she goes. Perfect. All right, let's go for the ivory now. This is ivory het T-positive. So confident coming out. Support the body. Got some hissing. She's a little unsure about it, but real quick you can see this girl warms up. Now, when I first got her, she was very stressed about the move, and sometimes when I'm trying to calm a snake down, I'll kind of cradle it like this, just kind of, you know, keep it close to you and hope to keep it secure. Usually that works with ball pythons. However, this girl, I looked down at her and she took a big swing right at my face, so that was not the best move in that situation. From there, I had to sort of backtrack. I had to start over. I had to do the same thing I was doing with that GoldenEye girl earlier. But you can see she really quickly warmed up to me. You know, that was the only incident we ever really had, and just showing her that things are okay. And now I think we have some pretty good trust. So this is a beautiful snake. Still remember the first adult ivory blood that I ever saw. VPI's table at the NERBC in it was probably 2008, 2007 maybe. That snake blew me away. Now I have one, so you know, that's a dream. Gorgeous snake, and het T positive. The T positive albino ivories are gorgeous, and not to mention some of the other combos involved with these genes, with the matrix and the GoldenEye combined especially. Very cool. This girl is just awesome. What a perfect name for the snake too, you know, that, I mean, that looks like an elephant's tusk, so ivory is the perfect name for that. Very nice snake. Very sweet. Not anything to worry about anymore. Unless you're a rat, she loves to eat. All right. About last but not least, here's my big girl. Rhonda. She's quite the handful. However, she's a complete sweetie. This girl's never even tried to bite me from the day I got her as a little baby. She's, you know, just like the others, you know, she'll hiss at you, she'll say, you know, why did you disturb my sleep? But she's very sweet. Might have to back up the camera to get her. This is a pretty big female blood python, so yeah, a bit of a handful to hold. Blood pythons are awesome if you want like a snake that's big. Like this snake is as thick as a big retic, but you know, she's only 4 or 5 foot long. So, and they're very manageable, very slow metabolisms. You want to keep them supported, but it's hard, especially when she wants to move. Yeah, I love this girl. Just going back. Alright guys, so there's my blood pythons for you. Right now I only have girls, but I'm hoping to get some boys here very shortly and expand my repertoire from ball pythons to blood pythons and who knows what else down the line. So really exciting. Definitely a species that I love very much, and part of the fun with these snakes is the challenge of working with ones that don't quite trust you yet. I always find a lot of joy in that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to, hit that like. If you haven't subscribed and you want to see more, go ahead and do that. I really appreciate everyone, and definitely drop me a comment. Let me know what you think, because I love hearing from each and every one of you. So hope you have a great day, and see you in the next one.